Shalom Chavarim and welcome friends. I am delighted to give you a little bit of Torah on our Yom Yom today. And I wanted to talk about the Torah portion this week, which is from the second portion in the book of Leviticus, Tzav. Tzav means commandment. And the portion is all about bringing sacrifices to the holy priest in Jerusalem, and the preparation for the sacrifices, and then it goes into the anointments of Aaron and the linens that he's supposed to wear. The purpose behind the detail and God giving commandments to the kinds of sacrifices that can be made in the temple in Jerusalem, I think presents to us a message for us that we can take in our own lives today. God doesn't, and there's all kinds of different sacrifices. There's a sacrifice of well-being, there's a sin offer, there's a guilt offering, there's animal sacrifice, there's grain, which you don't do, of course, today. There's grain offerings. In modern times, after the Second Temple was destroyed, we replaced prayer with sacrifice. But what's important for us to understand is that the same rules about bringing a sacrifice to the old city are the same rules and suggestions that we have to prayer today. And I think it's very applicable to what we're going through in our own lives today. According to the Torah and according to Tzav, you have to prepare to make a sacrifice. You just don't come with your offering, give it away, and then that's the end of it. There are specific, regimented details about how a sacrifice is to be performed. When you bring your flour, how much, what you're supposed to do with it, how much is given here, how much is given there. The key is that in order to spiritually connect with God, it takes preparation. My wife and I talked this morning about how in these difficult days, meditation and prayer is so much more important. Some people call it prayer. I call it prayer. Some people call it meditation, 15 minutes of your own. But Tzav reminds us that we have to prepare in order to get into a mental state. You can't just find your favorite place to meditate and sit down and start. I find that when I enter into prayer, I have to think about it ahead of time. When I get into meditation, I do some planning before it. I understand what's going to happen. I might even do some stretching exercises, make sure I've got a quiet place all set for me. God is teaching us in these days that there is a way for us to manage ourselves. And managing ourselves today is going to take a lot of patience. It's going to take a lot of prayer. And it's going to take a lot of meditation. And just like our ancestors who would bring their grain offering, and the priests at the Holy Temple in Jerusalem would have to prepare that grain offering, we too have to prepare for once a day at least some kind of spirituality for ourselves. When we talk about staying healthy and we talk about staying safe, I think that part of that means not just social distancing, but taking time to mentally ground ourselves every single day. And our Torah portion this week teaches us that not only do we have to do that, but we have to prepare for it. I hope all are well, safe, and healthy.